Hey guys, so today we're going to look at Unit 5, Lesson 3. So last unit you learned how to prove triangles are congruent, or prove that triangles are the same if three sides are the same, or if two sides and the angle in between is the same. So that's side, 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 and side, angle, side. Well, it turns out there are actually 5 proofs, 5 ways to prove triangles are the same. So you've learned 2 of them. Today we're going to learn 2 more. We're going to learn angle, side, angle, and angle, angle, side. Okay? So looking at this one, we're going to look at angle, angle, side first. So I'm looking at triangle ABC and HRT. And I look and I tell you B has 2 tick marks and R has 2 tick marks. So I write those as congruent. And then I've got BC has a mark on it and RT or TR has a mark on it. So I mark that as congruent. And angle C is congruent to angle T because I tell you that. It's marked the same way. So if it's marked the same way, I can assume it. At this point, you cannot say HR is congruent to AB. You cannot say AC is congruent to TH. You cannot say angle A equals angle H. Can't do it. Okay, do not do that because we haven't proven it yet. So I'm looking at this and I go, oh wait, B is an angle, BC is a side, and C is an angle. So that's angle, side, angle. So yes, because of angle, side, angle, I have 2 angles and the side between the angles congruent. The 2 triangles are congruent. So now let's look down here. So I'm going to redraw my triangles. I'm going to pull them apart. So even though I'm not told anything, I can mark NM as congruent to MN because it's the same side. It's the reflexive property is what that's called. But if I pull it apart, NM is the same as MN, right? They're the same thing. I'm going to move this up to here. Okay. Angle LMN and angle MNO, and we talked about this last unit, because if I look at my lines, right, they're marked as parallel. If they're marked as parallel, then the opposite, these angles are congruent. Okay. And the same with angle L, so I start at L, to N, to M, is the same as angle N to M to O. These are alternate interior angles. Angle N is here. The angle M I'm talking about is here. They're alternate interior angles. Because the lines are parallel, Unit 3 states alternate interior angles are congruent when parallel lines are involved. Okay? So this angle right here is congruent to this bottom angle, and then this top angle on N is congruent to the bottom angle on M, and I can mark that. And now when I look at this picture, I have an angle, I have a side, and I have an angle. So yes, they're congruent because of the angle, side, angle theorem. If you do not understand what I just said, please, oh please, oh please, oh please, ask me to come over and explain it and draw it out for you, okay? Thanks. All right, here's the next one. This is the next proof. This is angle, angle, side. So now you know side, side, side. 3 sides are congruent. You know side, angle, side. A side, then the angle in between, and the next side are congruent. Now you know angle, side, angle. So an angle, the side in between, and the next angle are congruent. Now we're going to look at angle, angle, side. Okay? So angle A is congruent to angle L. I tell you that. Not A. A doesn't have the same mark. Or C, sorry. Angle A has 2 tick marks and angle L has 2 tick marks, so they're congruent. C is congruent to O because they're marked with the same mark, and BC is congruent to O. Oh, that should be an L. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I fixed it. So write OL, not OC. I'm sorry about that. Are they congruent? Yes, because I have an angle, and I have a side. So as I go reading along, I've got angle, angle, side. So those are my 2 triangles. A, B, C is congruent to L, C, O. A has 2 tick marks in his first. L has 2 tick marks in his first. B is blank, and C is blank. So they're in the middle. And then C here. Did I do that right? Oh, I was right the first time on this one. Oh my gosh, you guys should have corrected me. Ha! Laughing out loud. All right, let's fix that. I'm sorry, I was right the first time. There we go. Okay? I was right the first time. It should have been a C. I'm not going back to fix that to a capital again because that's about the 4th time I've stopped the recording to go fix my notes when I didn't need to in the first place. All right, so it should say BC is congruent to OC, not OL. OC is right here. Okay. Why am I not going forward? There we go. So now I'm looking at these two triangles, right? I'm going to separate them. Okay, so I'm going to just pull them apart. I know that angle H is congruent to angle H because of vertical angles. So I need to be specific. I can't say angle H and angle H. So I'm going to say DHF is congruent to LHP because they're vertical, right? We know that. We can mark it. That's one thing we're allowed to mark because vertical angles are always congruent. Whoops. Angle D is congruent to angle P because of alternate interior angles. What? DF is parallel to PL, so I'm going to mark that. So this line is parallel to this line. So that means that F is parallel to L because I take the bottom angle and the opposite top angle. If I'm told that these lines are parallel, I can do that. And then FH is congruent to LH because they told you that, right? So when I redraw this, knowing what I know, I mark angle D and angle P, or angle F and angle L as congruent, and then I'm told FH is congruent to LH. Mark your triangles. Take the information you're given, mark up your triangles. You've got to do that. It's going to get confusing if you don't. Now I'm looking at this, and I have an angle, and I have a side. I do not say angle and then go all the way around to the side. If it's going to be angle, side, angle, the side has to be between my two angles. So if it's going to be angle, side, angle, my angle is here and my angle is here, my side would have had to have been here. So it's not angle, angle, side. It's got to be angle, angle, side. Okay. And then I put the letters in the same spot. D has the flat tick mark, P has the flat tick mark, F is blank, L is blank, and H both have the same mark. So that's why the letters go in those orders. Okay. Not only are the triangles congruent, but the corresponding parts are congruent. Okay, so now let's look at number 1. I already have two angles marked here. Before I even jump into this, what do I know about MO? Well, MO is equal to MO because of the reflexive property. If I pull my two triangles apart, MO is equal to MO. N is congruent to P, and NOM is congruent to POM. Oh, whoops, sorry about that. Because they're a linear pair is what that says. If this is 90 degrees, how much does the angle next to it have to be? Well, they have to add up to 180. 180 minus 90 is 90. Okay, so these are congruent because of the AAM theorem. What? Look, angle, angle, side, right? The side wasn't between the two angles, so it's not angle, side, angle. It's angle, angle, side, right? Okay. Let's look at the next one. GH is congruent to, that should have been HK, sorry about that. Hold on, I gotta go fix it. Okay, so I fixed it. So GH and HK are congruent, J and I, because I marked them that way, right? Angle H is congruent to angle H because they're vertical, right? GHG and IHK are congruent because they're vertical. So now I've got angle, angle, side. What? Well, let me go back and show you. Because angle, angle, side, okay? Now let's look at number 3. ST is congruent to UT because I marked it. These two angles are congruent because they're vertical, angle T and angle T. And then angle S is congruent to angle U because of these parallel line marks. This angle is congruent to this angle. You know what? It's not the angle side angle theorem, the way I wrote it. I'm going to have to go back and fix that. It could actually be two different ways. If you marked angle R and W as congruent, then it would be the angle, angle, side theorem. But that's not what I marked. I marked S and U. So if I do it the way I wrote it up here, it would be angle, angle, side. Yeah, this is confusing. And so it's kind of, that's why I want you guys to write these things down on the drawing. Because depending on what you write down will determine your theorem. This is angle, angle, side. I have an angle marked, and then I have another angle marked, and then I have a side. The side is now between the two angles. Okay. Here, I've marked these angles, so they're congruent. I can say angle D is congruent to angle D, CDG is congruent to EDF, because they're vertical. So I can mark them. But there's no angle, angle, angle theorem in proving triangles. So no, I can't say they're congruent. They look congruent. All the angles are the same, but I can't say that they're the same. It doesn't work that way. So there's no AAA and there's no ASS theorem to prove they're congruent. Okay? We're going to practice this one a little bit more in class because I'm nervous. The angle side angle and the angle angle side and alternate interior angles I think are a little confusing, so we need to practice it a little bit more. All right, so go through the notes. We'll keep practicing it. We got this. We can get this. Thanks, guys. Get your practice done.